أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Jazakallah khair for joining me on another episode of the Sensual Womb Whispers, the podcast by the House of Sacred Space. I'm your host, Rizana Shahjahan Abdul Razak. Now, on this episode of Lock Up Your Kitty, I'm going to lay down the argument for why you need to lock up your kitty. In the previous episode, I introduced kitty, like what is kitty and where did this term, I said where did this term emerge, but I didn't go into any facts or historical facts, but I just made you aware and think. Like, even if you research it, even if you go on Google or ChatGPT or Cloud and look for when the word kitty was formulated, it will give you a vague answer, or it might even give you an answer saying, oh, it was actually brought into the physical, it was brought into social circles by this author, by this speaker. No, it would definitely be way before that. It definitely is way before that. That's why I didn't go into any research on any of the AI platforms to understand that. Nah, not needed. Because I know the word kitty was formed way before that any man decided to use it as a derogatory statement to discriminate women. I know that. Alhamdulillah. Now, on this episode, as I said, I'm going to lay out my argument why you need to lock up your kitty. Whew, Bismillah. Let me begin. Ooh. Now, what I mean by locking up your kitty, I mean two things. One, I mean that you need to lock up your physical kitty, your entryway. You need to lock it up. You should not be giving it access to men physically who are not contractually obligated to take care of you, provide for you, nurture you, nourish you. You're to lock up your kitty and not give access to men who just want to use you. But then don't come to me with the concept of my body, my choice. Yes, darling, your body, your choice. But then when it leads to other health issues, emotional issues, financial issues, which trickles down to the rest of society, you are responsible. You can say it's your choice, but you're responsible. And let me go a step further. You might say, I don't want to have children. You might be a Muslim or not a Muslim. You can say, I don't want to have kids, Riz. So I'm not going to pass out any of my traumas to them, Riz. You might not have a physical child. A child might not have come through your sacred womb, and you might not choose to do that. That's fine. Still, your codes will affect the girls and the boys that are in your family lineage who will come after you or even during your lifetime. So you locking up your kitty from giving access, physical access to men who will only deplete you and enrich themselves, you're doing a favor for the rest of your clan. You're welcome. Number two, when I say lock up your kitty, I mean energetic locking up. Listen, girl, you might not know that your kitty power is accessed by men and women. The physical kitty, again, if you swing that way and you give access to your kitty to a woman who doesn't give a shit about you, sorry, you're in the same boat of depletion. Just because that's a woman does not mean she's not a predator. Don't get yourself confused. We have enough women predators. who are hiding in plain sight. Okay? Teach your kids that. Now, when I talk about energetic, locking up your kitty, people will want access to your energy. People will want access to your power. You need to know how to protect yourself. You need to know how to put boundaries. You need to know how to put guardrail, literal energetic guardrails on your kitty without it being depleted. So now that I've explained the two types of locking up your kitty, let's go further. Why do I want you to lock up your kitty? For your own bloody safety. Now, again, I'm going to go further into this physical locking up your kitty. Let me go into that first because I can see the flabbergasting level of women who want a boyfriend. I can see a flabbergasting level. I am not degrading you. I'm sorry. I am no one to judge. My sins are known only between me and Allah, and I know my sins. So I ain't judging you at all. But I am trying my level best to educate you in not being stupid. In not being stupid. In not being ruining your future. And I'm not talking about, oh my God, you need to be a virgin to get married. That has reasons. Oh my God, the levels of reasons, the level of protection I'm talking about. You'll be stupid if you don't listen. Let's call spades spades, darling. Let's call spades spades, okay? Now, when I talk about the locking up your physical kitty, I want to go deeper. I want to say the clothes that you wear. Girly darling, I don't mind. I have no issues in you wearing sleeveless and shorts and showing off your butt cheeks and showing off your underarms. Okay? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. This episode might end up being long. It's okay. We'll make part two if it's required. That's fine. Let's talk about those things. Okay? And also, you wearing these tight tights, these lovely pants where I can see your wee. Your wee. If I put this video out, you will see my hands together as your wee. I don't want to see your wee. My eyes don't want to see your wee. My eyes should not fall on your wee. Even accidentally, if it falls on your wee, I will look away. Because you know what Rasulullah has told us? The first look is not, the first look is accidental. You don't affect it. You're not affected, nor you're affecting the other person. But the second look is dangerous. So, I, being a spiritual person, I being somebody who knows the power of lowering my gaze, and I think I will do another episode on that as well. Come to think of it, I know the power of that. I will look away. You're a girl. You could be a 10-year-old girl. You could be a 50-year-old woman. I will look away if you come with a tight ass pant where I can see your wee. By accident, if I see it, I will look away. You know why? Because the power of my eyes, one, I need to protect my eyes. I need to protect what goes into my energetic field. You may not have the intention at all to attract me. You might look at me and go like, ugh, hell, like, oh my God, who does she think she is? Like, you might even say she's a solid 3. I don't care. I don't care. I'm nearly 50. I've lived life. I gave birth. I've had sex. I still do. I enjoy my life. I have a lovely husband. I'm having a fulfilling life. Alhamdulillah, mashallah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. I welcome my connection to Allah. I don't care, darling. I'm beyond that path. I'm way beyond these kinds of things that you want to try to bring another woman down. Ain't my problem. My problem is trying to find khushur in my prayer. That is what I have issues in. My problem is trying to study the Quran. My problem is to write these books that I'm guided to and not having time and not having concentration or focus. I have bigger fish to fry. Not be attracted to you ain't any of the tiniest human fish. Okay, now that's out of the way. I don't want to see your wee. You shouldn't be showing your wee either. And don't give me this bullshit. Like, again, like I said, my body, my choice ain't working, my love. Your body is your choice, but you given the choice to everything, human and non-human, to take advantage of you. Let that sink in. You've given human and non-human entities to take advantage of you. Now, I'm not doing these episodes so that, I'll get billions and billions of views and I'll get sponsorship and brand deals. I don't give a damn. My risk is from Allah. I might even get 10 views on this episode before I upload the next episode. I might get 50 views on this before I upload the next episode. Allahu a'lam. But I will speak my truth. And this truth, me speaking it out, goes across the universe. Because on that day, the day that I meet my Lord, I don't want my Lord to ask me, did you not teach people the things that you were supposed to teach them on your platform? I sorry. I sorry. I ain't going to be answering those questions. I'll be like, yeah, Rob, I did. The universe is proof. This room is proof. This laptop is proof. These are my witnesses. Ya Allah, I did my job. So, I don't want to see your V. You should be showing your V. Do you know how powerful your V is? Do you know how powerful that V is? That outline of the V, you don't know. That is why you're just like flashing everybody. You think God created you, created your sacred we in that symmetrical position in vain? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells in the Quran that nothing is in vain. He has not created any creation in vain. Everything has a purpose, everything has a reason, everything has a vibration, and everything has a base power. So your we has an amazing power. The we, okay? The triangle, the upside down triangle. Yeah. The upside down triangle. Have you ever thought, why is my private part a we? Why did God create it as a we? Because it's a vortex. We've been conditioned to believe a vortex is secular. The energy of a vortex is secular, yes. But it cannot. And your we doesn't have pointed edges. It has got curved edges. Think about it. And that's a beautiful reason, because the vortex, the energy in that vortex circulates, goes in and out, in and out. That's how it circulates and vibrates. And it does from the moment you are conceived. And the moment you're conceived, your sex is already decided. Because the sperm decides whether you're a girl or a boy. So the moment conception, even before the implantation happens, the sperm meets the egg in the fallopian tube. That is a meeting. And then the egg will travel up the fallopian tube into the womb. Even before implantation happened, you're a girl. Your sacred V has been anointed. And you don't even understand the seriousness of this. So your vortex is created instantly, in a snap. In a flash of light, your vortex is created. Now that egg starts, it travels up the fallopian tube. So while it's traveling up itself, it starts releasing chemicals. So the moment it implants and starts dividing, Bum, 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 bum. By the mercy of Allah, by the power of Allah, chemicals are released into the mother's body to show, to tell her a new vortex has been created within her body. And this vortex will absorb her vortex, will gain access to her intelligence, to the vortex, the intelligence of a vortex to generate what it requires. So that is how ancestral wisdom is downloaded onto your sacred womb, which we'll talk about later in other episodes. But then you behave on this earth, which dangling your we like it means nothing. That is your doorway. I spoke in the previous episode. What is a kitty? Your doorway. Why is your doorway made of straws? Because you're not protecting your doorway. You're not protecting your doorway. You don't even know. I don't want to use the word magic. Okay? I don't want to use the word magic because there are a lot of negative connotation with regards to the word magic. I don't want to use the word magic. But it's way powerful. Way, way powerful. You know what? Magic, for magic to work, to use magic, you need the help of certain entities. They're magical beings that they call. But your vortex, my darling, is connected to God Almighty, and you've been blessed with your power. You don't need to be dependent on another human being or non-human being to ascertain your power, to sit in your power. No. Who said that? Why you confuse yourself? No. So, okay, you go around dangling your wee, showing your wee. Do you know the outline of the wee? Do you know that the flesh of the wee has a different vibration? Don't believe me. I don't want you to believe me. You don't need to believe me. With time, the science will prove how a female genitals vibrate differently at different times of a cycle, which is a fact. We all know that. But then the flesh of the we, our genitals are our thing, a vulva, all are pearls. I like to be crude, but there are times I like to be nice. All our pearls are tucked between, in between this beautiful lump of flesh. And this flesh changes based on your moon cycle. We could run a complete episode on this. Maybe this will be the complete episode on this. It changes based on your moon cycle. It vibrates differently. So when you wear a tight pant and your wee is dangling out during your ovulation state, it is lifted up. Yes, go check it out. It's lifted up. The flesh of your wee bump, like we call it, is lifted up. And you wear a tight pant and walk around with that tight pant of yours. Those humans and non-humans who want to absorb energy of sacred females, which is extremely powerful, they latch onto it. Disgusting, yeah. Disgusting. Especially when you have not let a man touch you. When a man has not touched you, it's disgusting. But then you haven't locked up your kitty. And this is a physical locking up you haven't done. They will absorb it. It's like suck. And they put a tube onto it. An energetic one. And it is sucked out of you. So when you come to your luteal phase, the so-called PMSing phase, why are you drained? Now you're telling me, but Riz, I don't show my V anywhere. But Riz, I don't do such things. I'm tired in my luteal phase. Why? There are other reasons for that. But this is one of them. I need you to take it very, very seriously. So serious, you'll understand. May Allah guide me to talk more about these things in this series. And when you go into your luteal phase, your wee bump flattens. It's not that enticing, it is not vibrating on such a high level of energy because ovulation is done. Then you go into menstruation. Oh, but even your luteal is powerful. Your luteal is powerful. Your luteal is powerful because that's where the battle starts. That's where the war begins. That's where your body gets ready to expel unnecessary energy. And during that stage, if that hormone, if that stage is disrupted, your body will not be able to expel unwanted, unnecessary toxicity from your womb. So it will get recycled back into your womb, back into your bloodstream, back into your nervous system, back into your neurology. Do you need that, darling? No, you don't. That is why tangling out your wee is not good. I see women, and it pisses me off. And I'm talking about women who are covered. They cover their hair. They wear a tight pants and they tuck in their shirt. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. I can see your wee. Every man you passed by seen your wee. What are you doing to yourself? Yes, get upset with me, get annoyed with me, get frustrated with me, call me names, say, Riz, you're this, you're that. I don't care. I really don't care. Like I said, I've gone through so much in life. I've lived my life. I don't want to be on that day where my Lord asks me questions which I cannot which I don't have the answers to. So, when I say physical locking up, it is also about not exposing your we. Please, please, I'm begging you. Wear a longer shirt, cover it, tie a jacket over your wee even, but protect it. Now you all can come to me and say, but what can a cloth do, Riz? What can a cloth do, Riz? Like a cloth is not going to do anything. And this is the argument of hijab. We'll come to that on another episode or another series, whatever Allah's decree. A cloth protected. Why are you going out why are you going out wearing clothes? Why are you even wearing clothes? Go out naked. The biggest organ that you own is your skin. Let it be exposed to cold, heat, electricity, toxicity in the air, all kinds of intelligence, all kind of psyops that have been like pumped into the air. Let them all sit on your skin and absorb your life force. Why not? Why not? Because that's what they're pushing us to do. They're pushing us to go naked, especially women. The more naked you are, the more skin you show, the amazing you are, the more powerful you are, the more successful you are. No, no. Give yourself a couple of years and see what happens. All your period problems, all your menstrual problems, all your cycle problems, all your financial problems, where do you think it comes from? You not protecting your kitty properly. You're not locking it up properly. You think you are, but you're not. Then the other thing. What's the other thing? Giving access to men, sleeping around. I'm going to be blunt with you. I'm going to be really, really blunt. Yes, you may be in a committed relationship with a man, and he might have tell you like, oh, we don't need to get married. Or you might even feel like, I don't want to get married. I don't want to do that shebang. It's just a piece of paper. Who tricked you from your rights? Who tricked you? You're giving access to your body. Leave your body. You're giving access to your universe. If you knew how powerful your universe is, you won't even let anybody come close to it. You were protected with your life, but they don't want to teach you your power of your universe. You're not taught the power of your universe. If you know the power of your universe, you're not going to give them access to you. And let me go deeper in this. I know this episode is going to get longer if I continue, but I just want to talk about this. And in the next episode, I'll talk about the spiritual concept of locking up your kitty. Now, you're in a relationship, okay? You're in a relationship with the most amazing man. Either you're sexual, or you're getting to know him to get married, or you are in a dating relationship, whatever it may be. He may be the most amazing human. He may be the most amazing Muslim man, a non-Muslim man, he may be the most amazing Christian man. It doesn't matter. That's the funny part. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Because, number one, the man who is in a talking stage with you, or the man who's in a relationship with you, or the man who's sleeping next to you whom you're not married to. And I'm not, don't go like, Riz, you're old fashioned. You're talking about marriage. I'm not old fashioned. I'm smart. I'm not stupid. Uh-uh. I'm not stupid. I'm not old fashioned. I'm extremely smart. I am so smart. I know what I'm talking about. But then you call me old fashioned? That's fine. I know my intelligence. Now hold on. Let's take the man that you're in a talking stage with. You want to get married, okay? And you're getting to know this man, and there's too much energy that's being passed, too much communication. And by the way, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to say I wasn't in that stage. I'm not going to say, oh, I didn't speak to my husband before I got married. No, no, no. I did. We did. But when it comes to my daughter, I will tell her some things very, very openly, very, very pointedly, important elements. The man that you're talking to get married, he may be the most amazing man, but he could be the access point that an entity uses to get to you. Let that sink in. He may be the access point that an entity uses to get to you. An entity might not be able to get to you directly, so they use this man. You might even end up marrying this man. Allahu alam. You might end up not marrying this man. Allahu alam. But whatever, you need to protect your kitty. You need to lock your kitty until the nikah is done. And all of us have fallen for this trap. I've seen it. The best of us, the most smartest of us, have fallen for this trap, fallen for the shaitan's trap. And our energy is absorbed. And the poor man might not do it consciously. He might not be the one to be blamed. That's what I keep telling you. He may not be the culprit at all. At all. A poor innocent man who's also looking to get married might not be a culprit at all. But then he was used as an access point by some nefarious entities to get to you. Again, you can stop this podcast now and say, Riz is talking bullshit. Riz is talking rubbish. I don't know what the hell she's talking about. I don't care. I'm talking the truth. The most uncomfortable truth nobody speaks to you. Nobody tells you about. An uncomfortable truth nobody tells you about. You don't even know that you're being accessed to. Okay? Now, let's take those men who come on these dating apps. I've had a few mentees telling me that they've come on this dating app and they speak to these girls. They have no intention of getting married. They say they have intention of getting married, but they want to know what's out there. They want to know what it is. They want to know what are the kind of women out there. They want to know what kind of women, what thing women are looking for. Also, they want a kick out of talking to a woman for free without any contractual obligation. What does this talking mean? Talking, chatting is not just chatting. That's transcribing energy. That's absorbing energy and transforming into a power source. You think you're just talking to a man because he thought you're something special. Darling, you're special. A man doesn't need to come and tell you that. You think you're talking to a man because he thinks you're special? And you think you're talking to a man because he wants to get married, because you want to get married? Why you believe the bullshit? How many sisters have come and told me? How many girls have come and told me? How many women have come and told me that they've been speaking to a man for 6 months and suddenly he's like, "I'm sorry, I can't do this. I'm not ready." Brother, what were you doing for 6 months trying absorbing my energy? What were you doing for 6 months talking to me about my likes, my wants, my dislikes, my day, my happiness, my sadness, my family, what I want, what I don't want, how do I eat, how I not eat, how do I shower, what clothes do I wear, what brands I like, what ice cream I prefer, why I don't prefer ice cream, why this is not good for you, why this is good for your health, why that is not good for your health. Why do you get such secrets out of girls? So that when you do get married or when you're talking to another girl, you have information that you know that the girl wants to hear. And us fall for it because we're starving for love. We don't lock up our kitty because we want to be harmed. We don't lock up our kitty because we want love. And we assume that we can only gain love and get love if we open our kitty physically. For a man, he will stay, he will love me, he will cherish me if he knows how amazing my kitty is. Darling, he knows how amazing your kitty is. He knows that. But if you have to put out to keep a man, that man's not worth keeping. Oh, yeah, this kind of advice coming from a brown covered Muslim woman is not taken seriously. But this kind of advice coming from a half nude, let me be blunt, a half nude white girl with blonde hair and extensions and nails like claws, and she has a so-called $1 million dating business and tells you that, let God speak for you all. Don't con yourself and don't be conned. You need to protect your physical kitty. You need to lock it up. And these are the reasons I just laid out the argument. I just want to start with that piece of flesh. That piece of flesh that we call the sacred we. Okay? Do you know how perfect that is mathematically? The golden ratio, the Fibonacci secret or the Fibonacci code. Go Google, Claude it, chat it, find out what it means. That's yours. But the world will speak about the Fibonacci code on shells of sea creatures, on the universe, on the galaxy, on the solar system. But why ain't anybody speaking about the Fibonacci code that's on every sacred female? If they speak about that, where are they going to get their source power from? They will not get their power. And again, the concept of not all men, I agree. I agree. Just like not all women, I agree. But have discernment. To have discernment, you need your own knowledge. To have your own knowledge, you need time to study. For you to time to study, you need time in isolation. How much of isolation have you done? How much have you detoxed yourself from noise, social media, movies, series, scrolling? We are being harvested every single day. And all we fight for is my right to show my boobs on the road. How much have we been brainwashed? And there's a new trend going on TikTok where mothers or women are showing way too much skin in children's in the presence of children. There are some women who are butt naked at an amusement park. They're wearing thongs. Their ass is right in front of the child. Theirs or otherwise. They're wearing skimpy clothes where their titties are spilling out at a park. What is this about? Wow, how did they convince us that this is normal? How did they convince us that this is normal? How? How were we convinced that this is normal? They convinced us so that they can abuse us with our permission, without our consent. Stranger, without our permission, without our concern, and without our consent. We gave permission by showing up. And you can tell me, but Riz, I have the right to wear whatever I want. You have the right to wear whatever you want, which means you're giving the right to absorb and spiritually, energetically essay you because you just gave them the permission. Can you tell me, but Riz, just because I wear this does not mean I'm not safe. I'm not talking about safety. I'm not talking about a man coming and groping you or raping you. May Allah protect us and our children. Ameen. I'm not talking about that. There are incidents where women are completely covered and things have happened to them. May Allah protect us that way we recite our du'as, may we constantly ask for God's protection every step of our lives and our children's lives and our grandchildren's lives and our future lineage of women and men. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you willingly make yourself an altar. Make yourself into an altar where people, especially entities, men and other men, women, entities, will come. They're not praying at the altar. This altar is not for prayer. This altar is for taking. You're making yourself into something that they will come and take, use, and abuse. This is very serious. Very serious. Every time I see a woman, a girl, who's just showing her way, it breaks my heart. I instantly make a prayer for her. I say, God, protect her, guide her, educate her. She knows not. Where did we learn this? From celebrities, from media. You think these celebrities want to show up in transparent clothing where their nipples can be seen? You think these celebrities want to show up in such tight clothing where their butt cheeks are like falling off? And you'd be like, yeah, they do. Because they're paid for it. They are paid to show up. Are you paid? And they agree to a contract that their energy will be harvested. And they get paid for giving their energy. And they will harvest energies from others to replenish themselves. But you're not aware of that because nobody told you that. Why would they tell you that when it's not going to be profitable for them? So why you should lock up your kitty? I don't think I've actually said that properly. I'll say it in this way. Your V is connected to your money. Okay. Your we is connected to your health. Your we is connected to your absorption of your food. Your we is connected to your intelligence. Your we is connected to the brain capacity. Your we is connected to your nervous system. Your we is connected to the millions and millions of dollars you want to have in your bank account, but you seem to be struggling to maintain. Your we determines that all. Cover your we. You protect your energy, which means your energy is goes recycle back into you, and you're protected, and you will have ideas, thoughts, and the execution will become easy. When execution becomes easy, your money flows to you easy. When your execution becomes easy, you become rich, you become wealthy, you become happy, you become safe. You can also tell me again, you can come back and say, but those millionaires, where's Paris Hilton and the Kardashians? They're so wealthy. Who told you that? Did you see their bank balance? Did you see their balance sheets? Do you see what they're worth? Do you know who controls them? Do you know who owns them? You know who owns their energy? You know who owns their power? You know who owns their shares? You don't. Because they don't want you to know. Because if you know, you wouldn't want to be like them. If you don't be like them, oh, how can they abuse you? Sad. So you want money? Start by covering your way. You want health? Start by covering your way. But if you don't want it, and you're like, I don't cover my wee risk, but I still get money. For how long? Can you maintain it? Can you sustain it? Have you noticed that it comes and it dips, it rises and it dips, it rises and dips? You don't need to listen to me. One person listen to me and implement this is enough. And even nobody listens to this and nobody implements this, that's fine. My reward is from my God. But this is my job to educate you all. Rest is up to you all. Rest is up to you all. And then, I know this is getting long, but I need, and that physical access that you give to a man. I think I'll do another video. I'll do another episode about the physical access that you give to a man. This is all about why locking up your kitty. This is part one. Part two, the access that you give to a man, the physical access that you give to a man. I've been speaking about the we. Next one will be physical access to give the man. Oh boy, that's a doozy of an episode. Alhamdulillah. May Allah protect us. May Allah guide us. May Allah provide for us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be the nur that we require on this earth and the next. Ameen. Ameen. Ya Rabbal Alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.